everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Andrea. It's nice to have you guys here. I feel like I haven't done a sit-down introduction in a while. It's been like 2 weeks since you got here. We're filming this on Tamzin's last day here, her last full day.
Really
she flies out tomorrow afternoon. We're all really sad.
Really sad. I just said bye to like Andrew's family and I was like really trying not to cry. I was like, oh, Mom.
But as we've told her, she has family in Arizona now, so she's welcome back anytime she wants.
And I will be.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
But maybe not summer next time.
Yeah, maybe I'll come in winter, you know, just
come
like
during
try
winter
out
break.
the seasons. It sounds good.
When it's cold and rainy and snowy and miserable in England, it'll be gorgeous here. That's the time to visit.
And more bearable.
Yes. So today we thought we would do a best friend tag video, but slightly with a twist. I looked up a bunch of best friend tag questions and I just wasn't liking the kind of traditional tags. So what I found, and I'll post the link to the article in the description box below, but this is from the Hello Giggles website, and this is 40 important questions you should totally ask your BFF.
Well, that sounds like an interesting concept. So
yeah, and I liked some of the questions and I shared them with Tamzin. She thought they sounded good too, so we're going to do the first 20 on my channel and then the next 20 on Tamzin's channel, so make sure you're watching both. So, diving right in, so this isn't, a million hours long. What was the name of the first person you ever had a crush on? Why did you like them?
Oh, diving straight in,
diving straight in.
Oh. The first person, do I have to name them? Because like there's a high chance.
No, if it's gonna, if you need to change names to protect the innocent, go for it.
The first person I ever had a crush on, I was four, maybe younger, 3, but he was a year above me, but in nursery school, so like kindergarten here.
Okay.
And our mums were friends.
Okay.
So like they thought it was cute and that sort of thing. I'm not gonna name him. Let's call him Jay. Let's call him Jay. But yeah, we were kind of like, I kind of like fancied him as much as you can when you're like 4. It was kind of weird to think about, but yeah, it was like a cutesy thing. I think we bought each other like Valentine's presents.
Yep.
But we were so young that it's obviously like not a real crush.
Yeah, mine is pretty similar. The son of the woman who ran the daycare that I went to when I was 4, and I'm not going to name his name. I doubt he or anyone in his family watches my videos, but with Facebook I can never remember who I've connected with on Facebook. So, but yeah, it was just one of those. And I remember for Halloween that year, one of those years, I dressed as a bride. And he dressed as a fireman.
You like dropping the hint.
Yeah, I was dropping the hint hard at 4 years old.
You knew what to do.
Number 2, what is one thing you regret having done or not done in your life so far?
One thing that I regret having done or not done. I always say it's better to regret the things that you do rather than the things that you don't do.
Yeah.
What's the thing? I'm not sure. You go first because I can't think.
I go back and forth on this a lot because I don't really believe in having regrets, but I do feel like with my first master's degree I rushed into things. I got into a program that ended up, I didn't do my research, it ended up not being good. That was the MFA in costume design, and then because I was already committed to a year lease in Tucson, I didn't know what to do if I just dropped out of that program. I switched into another program that just also still wasn't the right, and so I finished that. That was my degree in media arts, but that degree has always felt just a bit out of place. I never got to do the research I really wanted to do. I didn't have the best experience. I did meet some really great friends, and so like it was worth it, but it's one of those things where when I talk to other people going to grad school, I always tell them that story and the lessons that I learned so that hopefully other people won't make the same mistakes. But I can't think of anything that I really regret having done or not done. Like there's nothing I can look back and think, I really wish I'd done that. Why didn't I do that? I
agree, because I think there's no point in like dwelling on things like that. I always believe that everything happens to a reason. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Even the bad things that have happened in life that you might have been able to control happen for a reason. So the only thing that I would say is like I wouldn't waste so much time on certain people. Like I wouldn't be friends with certain people. I wouldn't pursue certain friendships or certain relationships. But still, I believe that it teaches you things and it shows you kind of who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't show you something about them, it'll show you something about yourself. So I kind of like to live with no regrets.
I did, for a little while, regret not doing a study abroad. It's like, you're just starting uni. So I really recommend like doing study, whether it's 3 weeks in the summer or a full semester or a full year. I recommend doing some kind of study abroad.
Yeah.
And I'd always kind of regretted not being able to do that as an undergrad. But then I did it when I was in my PhD. I found a program that I could do as a PhD student. So I think that's another thing. It's until you die, it's never too late.
Exactly.
To do something that you regret having not done.
Because I feel like that now, because I'm 18. There's not a whole load where like I regret that I've not done it, because like I know that I could just do it.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Number 3, which parent do you identify with the most? For me, it's probably my mom.
Can I say neither?
Yeah, for me, it's kind of both. I feel like I relate to both of them in some ways and then not at all in other ways.
I would say that's a weird one, because I see my dad. I'm not particularly close to my dad, so I don't see him very often. And I live with my mom, but me and my mom are quite opposite.
Different.
So it's kind of difficult to say which one. I would say my dad in some ways, because I feel like I got quite a large portion of my dad's genes. Like I'm kind of most like him in appearance and things like that.
Yeah.
But then there is things that I am similar to with my mom. So I guess just like a small bit of both, but I'm not exactly like either of my parents at all. I'd say more like my grandma.
Yeah.
Like my nan, my dad's mom.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm more like her than anybody.
Number 4, what do you think you cook or bake the best? I always get compliments on a Christmas cookie that I make called Norwegian cookies. And also my spaghetti and meat sauce is pretty good, if I do say so myself.
I would say my banana bread. I always get compliments on my banana bread.
Okay, you're making me that when I come to visit.
Yeah, I always get like, people always say that my banana bread's really great, and my mum always tries to make banana bread, but like, this is probably going to offend her, but she always gets upset because it's never as good as mine. Mine's the best.
Number 5, if you could change your first name, what would it be? For me, I think probably Elizabeth.
Alright.
Because there's a lot of different variations for like nicknames and ways of shortening it, but also, as a history nerd, I really love Elizabeth I and Elizabeth II as queens. So
I don't know. Like, I always get asked this question. I feel like I've answered it in a Q&A before. Like, if I could change my name, what would I change it to? And I never know what to say, because like I'm very massive, if you don't already know, on everything happens for a reason. This is this for a certain way. So I'm called Tamzin. That is my name. That's why I'm called it. But I think if I would change it to anything.
I do like Tamzin too.
I just like it because it's kind of different. But if I was to change it to anything, I would probably have Lena, which is my middle name, and probably just have that as my first name, because it's not too different.
Yeah. Number 6, can you hula hoop? I can. Can you?
Not very well, no.
I don't know that I could still do it. I used to be able to do it quite well. I'd probably have to like practice a bit, but technically I think I can. 7, what embarrasses you the most in front of other people?
Ooh, well, I've got an interesting thing about this. I have this weird thing, I can't remember the name of it, but there is like a technical name for it, where I have a bit of a phobia of people laughing, because I subconsciously think they're laughing at me.
You?
And there is a special name for it, because I thought it was just me being weird for years and years, and then I was doing some online research and I saw this whole article about this like phobia.
I can see that being a thing.
And it's where when you hear laughter like near you, you automatically assume it's about yourself. So I hate it when people laugh, because I feel really embarrassed. So like any time that anybody laughs at me or just laughs around me, that's when I like feel the most embarrassed. I'll have to try and think of that name, because it's gone out of my head, but it's a legit thing.
I'm always very self-conscious of when I'm talking with other people, because the thing that freaks me out is the thought that I might be boring someone.
Right.
So I'm constantly looking at them and analyzing their facial expressions and their body language and like, are they still interested in what I'm saying? And sometimes I'll just kind of go quiet if I feel like they are starting to get tired of listening to me talk.
Well, I sometimes think I kind of do that, but in the sense of I'll be talking for a while and then I'm quite an open book, so I'm like, am I like talking too much here?
Yeah.
So I do that a lot, and I'm like, I really shouldn't be telling you this actually. Like, just stop.
Number 8, have you considered running for president, or for you, prime minister? No, not a chance in hell.
Not really. I used to have conversations. There's this guy in my school. I really doubt he's watching this video, but if he is, it doesn't matter. And we always said that if anyone was going to be prime minister from my school, it'd be this guy. And we used to discuss it, because then some people would agree more with like my views over his. So they're like, oh, Tamzin, you should run for Prime Minister, like against him. So we used to have this like bit of a joke. But to be honest, I don't think I could. Like, I'd like to be in the background, like I was saying earlier. I wouldn't mind working in politics for like marketing or something like that. But like actually doing the politics, I don't think I'd be able to manage it.
Yeah. Well, and I also think you can do so much more as a private citizen than as an elected official.
That's true.
Because you've got more rules.
You've got like freedom.
Things. Number 9, if you had to choose one thing you were most passionate about, what would it be and why?
Ooh. I don't know, because I'm quite a passionate person, but I feel like I evenly spread that across a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So I don't really know if there's like one thing that I'm most passionate about. I don't know, maybe you could tell me what I'm most passionate about. Like, what do I talk about the most? Astrology?
Astrology?
Probably astrology.
But I also think, so it might be similar to my answer. I feel like it'd be blogging and YouTube.
Yeah.
And I previously I would have said teaching, but I feel like there's a strong teaching component in my blog posts and in a lot of my YouTube videos. I love the chatty videos where I'm like sharing advice and things that I've learned.
Got that teaching aspect.
And so it's got that teaching aspect. Like, I don't really, like, the one story time I did still ended with lessons you can learn from my story time, because I don't like doing videos where it's just me talking for the sake of talking. So I want there to be some kind of takeaway. And since so many of my audience are students of one level or another, from undergrad, or that might have some high schoolers, up through, you know, university and PhD programs, I want them to be learning something, whether it's a great product that I've purchased and why I've purchased it and why you might want to as well, or advice on grad school. So for me, blogging and YouTube is something where now that I'm doing it, I can't imagine my life not doing it. So even though my channel and my blog will change over time, I think I will always do it somehow in some way.
Yeah, well, kind of. Now you mentioned the thing about blogging and YouTube, when people ask me what I blog and YouTube about, I usually say everything. But if I was to break it down in categories, I always say beauty, food, mental health, and travel. And I think if I was to then say what I'm most passionate about, aside from astrology, I would then say beauty, blogging on YouTube as a whole, but then mental health I'm very passionate about as well, and food. So whether that just be like food that I really like, or my kind of like me going vegetarian at the moment, anything like that, anything food and mental health in particular, I think would be my main passions.
Who are you most envious of, real or fictional, and why?
I don't know, because again, it's something I try not to do. When I was growing up, I guess I got jealous quite easily, like of other kids and of other people, and it was something I really struggled with for quite a portion of my life. So like growing older, I tried to just focus on my own successes and not pay attention to like other people's. Of course I celebrate them and I like respect them and everything like that, but I try not to think, oh, I wish I was like that. I try to think I could do that if I wanted to. So I've always tried not to be jealous.
Me too. That being said,
there's a couple.
If I could live anyone's life for a day, the Duchess of Cambridge would be pretty cool.
I'd love to experience being a royal. I'd love to experience being Kim Kardashian. I'd love to experience being like all of these crazy famous people just for a day.
Also pretty envious of whoever ends up marrying Tom Hiddleston, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, same with me and Sam Claflin, because like I want to be in that spot.
Number 11, where is the most beautiful place on earth and why?
Oh, you go first.
I don't know. I feel like it's so situational dependent, but for me, I feel like it's got to be somewhere in England.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to say Oxford. I was waiting for Oxford.
Probably Oxford. I don't know, there's just something about Christchurch Meadow on a nice summer afternoon as the sun is kind of getting lower and it's like shining over the fields, and the ducks are in the river and the squirrels are around. I'm starting to miss it.
I think it depends on what you define as like beautiful, which sounds like some sort of big philosophy, but I literally just mean by that, is it somewhere that is so stunning, or is it somewhere where you feel so happy?
Yeah, and that's the thing, like Christchurch Meadow sitting by the river with a picnic from Pret is not like the Grand Canyon or, you know, something stunning like that, but I just, like, even just thinking about it, I remember how happy I was, and I start to feel happy again.
Like, to me, a really beautiful place / my happy place is Centre Parks. So So when I wake up in Centre Parks, open the window, it's just forest and the squirrels and everything. That is so beautiful to me, but I know it's not kind of the same as sitting on top of a mountain and looking over a glorious sea.
Yeah, but from your vlogs, Centre Parks looks like living in a Disney film.
It is so beautiful.
With the birds coming right up and the squirrels coming right up to you, like that is my dream.
It's so beautiful. It is really nice, but if I was going anywhere else, I love Cornwall. Cornwall and UK are really, really beautiful places.
Well, and I feel like there's a lot of places in the UK that would be that like traditional, stunningly beautiful that I haven't visited yet. So, number 12, are ghosts real?
I don't know. That's the best
I'm really like I used to say I'm agnostic about ghosts. I don't necessarily believe in them, but I'm not completely shut off to the possibility.
I would say more yes than no.
Yeah. I'm not sure I believe in evil spirits, but I do think that the veil, if you will, between this world and whatever is next can be, I think that spirits can kind of, because sometimes I'll just get a feeling that, like when I go down to Sierra Vista and stay in that house, sometimes I just feel my grandfather's presence so strongly.
Complete side note, but as soon as I walked in that house, I had this feeling and I couldn't like define what it was, and now you've said that, like, I think that's what it'd be.
My grandpa saying hi.
Yeah. Welcome. Because as soon as I came in, I was like, whoa, I just kind of got a chill.
Yeah, no, when I go into that house, I just immediately feel significantly calmer and happier, and it's just, 13, are aliens real? Yes.
I don't know.
I don't think they visited the U.S., but I don't think that we are the only life form in this unending universe.
I think
that's pretty arrogant to think.
I don't think aliens exist how we perceive aliens to exist. I think aliens will look exactly the same as we do. I don't think they've got that like weird shaped head and huge head or whatever. I think they look like humans and they might be walking amongst us and we just don't know. But like there is an alternative life form that we call alien, because alien doesn't necessarily mean that. Alien just means something different to you. Yeah. Because you can go to a country that you've never been to before and call it like an alien country because you're not familiar with it. So aliens don't necessarily look like what they're perceived to be. It might just be like another life form that we're not familiar with.
Yeah, totally agree. How old is the most expired item in your fridge? I don't think I have it anymore because we cleaned it out.
My mum gets quite bad at this sometimes because she buys stuff and then forgets about it and puts it to the back of the fridge. But I'm the person who clears the fridge out constantly, so like I try and keep on top of it.
15. Are your feet alright, and we're back. Battery died. So the question was, are your feet the same size? Well, I'm a US 8.
I think it means, does it mean are our feet the same size, or does it mean like my 2 feet are the same size? I thought it meant like, do I have the same size feet?
I was thinking it was, do we each have the same shoe size? But my feet are even.
No, mine aren't.
Yours aren't?
Well, I don't know actually. I feel like you always
one
have
shoe
one
always
thing bigger
fit.
than. No, I think my feet are pretty much the same size. I feel like they might be slightly uneven. I don't know. My mum always has that problem. Like hers are significantly like different size. Sorry for exposing you, but they are. Like, maybe mine are a little bit. I don't know. But mine are a UK 6,
which I think is about a US 8.
Okay, so
we're probably similar. 16. What's the saddest song you've ever heard?
Well, I don't know, because some songs that I think are sad are not sad, they're just what I associate with them. So like for example, Eva Cassidy, Fields of Gold, I can't listen to that without crying because it was my nan's funeral song. So then it's sad for that reason, but then there's songs that I guess are more sad. So I would go for, and I've said this in a Q&A before as well, I think, Of Monsters and Men, Little Talks, and I can listen to it without crying, but if you listen to the lyrics, like listen, it's so sad, and I can easily cry when listening to that. Or, oh, what's that song called where it goes, I'm in a house built out of stone?
I don't know.
I'm going to find it. While you answer this question, I'm going to find the song.
Ed Sheeran's Small Bump is kind of similar. If I really listen to the lyrics, I'm just bawling. But I think the saddest song, and I just refuse to listen to it, and if it comes on the radio during the holidays and they play it, I immediately switch it off. I think it's called Red Shoes or something like that.
Oh, right.
Anyway, I'll put the exact title if I can look it up on the screen. It's about a little boy who goes into a store and he has just a little bit of money, but he's trying to buy a pair of shoes for his mom, who's in the hospital on Christmas, dying.
Oh, okay.
And it's like the last gift before she dies, and I can't. And they made a TV movie out of it. I think Rob Lowe was in it, and I'm like, I'm not. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
There's what's that song called as well? That's like the one out of 13 Reasons Why. I love it. I listen to it all the time. It's called The Night We Met. But that, if you like listen to it whilst watching 13 Reasons Why, that is so sad. But this is the song I was on about. I can't remember the name of it, but I put it on Twitter. It was on my private Twitter, so nobody would have seen it. And there was a hashtag going around that said, tweet a video you can't explain. And it was me sat in the bath listening to this song. I'm just going to play a song. That's the video, and it's just me crying at this song. Like, literally, you can see my face, I'm just crying. I don't know, but that song is so sad if you listen to it as well.
Yeah. Number 16 or 17, what is the sweetest song you've ever heard?
Oh, anything Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
He just does really good, like, oh, Perfect. Perfect.
Or Hearts Don't Break Around Here. Which is also on that album.
Oh, right, but yeah. I would go Perfect out of the ones I know.
Number 18, do you know how to play dominoes? No, I don't.
A little bit.
A little bit?
I used to know more when I was younger, but not anymore.
Number 19, what's under your bed?
Shit.
Same.
Just shit. That I don't need. Just a lot of shit.
I need to clean. And then number 20 for this video, have you ever prank called someone? No, I haven't.
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Well, I used to do it when I was little, when we were kids.
I was too much of a rule follower as a kid. Army brat, like you just,
I was quite, like, I was never a badly behaved kid, but like, there was several occasions, one of which was quite bad but quite funny at the same time. It wasn't like bad to such an extent, it was just kind of a bit, it was just funny. It was one of those where like me and my friend, we called this girl, and I can't even remember, we pretended like, I can't remember what we did, like I honestly can't remember, but she was like, believed it, so it was like really intense, and then I rang her back and I was like, I'm only joking, it's fine, I'm only joking. She was like, fine. I think she fell out with us for a bit after that. We were about 8 at this time, so.
Oh wow,
yeah,
okay.
We were like really young.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so those are the first 20, and that's it for this video. If you want to see the next 20, 21 through 40, go over to Tamzin's channel and watch part 2, and we will see you all over there if you've watched this one first. If you have come over from Tamzin's channel, hi, I'm Andrea. I do hope you'll subscribe and stick around, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching this one.
Bye.
Bye.
About to spill the tea.
Should we do the thumbnail with our Starbucks cups? Don't choke. Don't die.